let's start off with, I want to thank Todd, and I want to thank our great event planner, Kelly, for getting this whole thing set up. Let's give them a big round of applause. And then I've got some special thanks. I want to talk about an individual I met years ago, and I remember she came up to me and she said, we were in some kind of a conversation. And she said, well, what is that really a boat? And I said, well, if you want to talk to somebody that has a boat, you need to talk to Chris. I don't have a boat. And then I realized, no, she's Canadian, that's how they talk. And we went from there into hockey conversation and her husband and her kids and her grandkids, of which I think she has, I don't know, maybe a dozen. There's a lot of them. And they keep her young and they keep her busy. And I don't know about you, but this woman to me, and I think you've probably seen the same thing in her. We all have moms, but she's willing to step in and be your mom when your mom's not here. And she's very, very good at it. And this program would not be anywhere close to where it is today. We wouldn't have any of you in the room without her. She's, luckily, I would say, going back into sales in the real world where the real money is made. But before we started today, I just wanted to bring her up here today. We've got something for her. Let's give a big round of applause to Jill Crotto. Where are you, Jill? Come on up, Jill.
She doesn't need to speak. Okay, yeah.
Thank you, everybody.
Thank you for everything, Jill. We're going to miss you.
I will miss you.
You bet.
Yeah, we're not saying anything. Okay.
Unless you want to say something. Thank you, Jill.
I think she looks more relaxed than ever. I don't know about you guys, but I really think that she does. I'm very happy for her. Okay, let's go ahead and get started with the program. Just a couple of comments I wanted to share. I had the opportunity to do some car shopping over the weekend. Anybody ever been to CarMax? CarMax? It's a whole different experience. I mean, it really is. There's no negotiating. I was there on a Saturday. There were 40 salespeople, all with people at their desk. And it's all about the customer experience. I asked the guy, I said, what is the Max all about? He goes, it's a maximum customer experience. And when we bought the car, I remember sitting there waiting for it to be delivered, and it came up on a screen. And I looked at it and go, that's really cool. It looks just like the car I bought. And then I looked again, and it had my name on it. And then it had a little ribbon on it. And I just kept thinking about what we do in real estate and delivery and thought process and image and thought is everything. And when I think about where we're going with this brand and the adding of the word luxury makes all the sense in the world. Because I don't know about you, if you're like me, you probably talked about how long previews lasted and how long it had been around and what it meant, but you really had to define it. And where we're going now, we're not going to have to do any defining. It's all in the word. It's in the word luxury, and it's very, very exciting. I've got some numbers I wanted to share with you on this next slide. If that's Todd, are you clicking for me? So this is national. And these numbers, I think, are very, very important. I've spoken about regionalization a lot in some of our other offices. Maybe if I'm in Loveland or Longmont or Fort Collins or Colorado Springs, and agents may talk about their market share in those markets. And I try to point out that yes, real estate is local, but buyers, particularly buyers, international luxury buyers, they're all over the world. And so you need to have numbers that you can talk about that are all over the world, like the fact that Coldwell Banker handles an average of 129.6 million in luxury home sales every day. We represented more than 24,790 homes priced over $1 million last year alone. and boasted an average sales price of $1.9 million in the million plus market sector across America in 2016. So there's a lot to be proud of, and I think the new branding speaks very well about that. And Todd, I want to bring you up for another introduction and some comments.
Thank you. Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to the Pepsi Center, right? So big day today here in Colorado, but of course across the country. And I think most of you probably received an email on the 11th. If you haven't checked your email, you'll see it here shortly as we unveil the Coldwell Banker Global Luxury rebranding, where we're sunsetting the Previews International brand, right? And as Kevin mentioned, instating the new and improved and the clean and the very elegant brand across all platforms in the luxury sector here at Coldwell Banker. So we're super excited about that. So again, welcome to the modern expression of luxury real estate. It's going to be extremely refined. It's simple, clean, yet very powerful. And as you see here, the new logo, which you'll be able to use in all of your marketing, on your social media. In fact, later today, we'll be sure to get the information out to you by email, and then you can start sharing it on social media and so forth. There's also a video that we'll be sure to punch out, so you can also share that on social media. But you can see here the new signs are, again, very clean. In this marketplace, we are going to go with the black panel that you see here on the stage and on the screen, and then also the CB Mobile Rider. So our mobile riders, as a part of the listing rewards, will also be black. That will complement our panel as well, okay? So before you leave today, okay, find this sheet of paper on your table there. It says yard sign order form, okay? Go ahead and fill that out. The most important part of it, short of your name and your phone numbers and so forth, is the line that asks how many listings did you take over the last 24 months that were over $500,000, okay? Put your answer there, and you can ballpark it, you know, I mean, it doesn't have to be right on the money, and be somewhat conservative. In other words, don't shoot for the moon. What we're doing here is we are providing you with all new sign panels, okay? So that's the form that before you leave here today, make sure you leave that behind, and then we will provide you with the brand new sign panels, okay? Does that make sense? Crystal clear? Awesome. So do not leave without completing the sign order form. Next up is you'll see the new luxury business cards, okay? You'll see a sample of it obviously on your table. The important part of this is this card here. Do I have that as a slide? I think I might. This card here, okay? On the back, it explains the fact that we are providing you with brand new business cards, Global Luxury business cards. And you're gonna go to you're gonna go to the NRT Gateway, you're gonna go to Express Docs, and then you're gonna find the Global Luxury logo, and that's where you'll order your business cards, and you'll use this promo code, so take this with you. You'll also get the slide deck, okay? So take this with you, all right? And the deadline is May 1st. May 1st, and we're providing you with all new business cards. And just so we're clear, this is for NRT agents only, both the signs and the business cards. Sorry to ruin anyone's day that's not with NRT, but I just want to be super clear that this is for our NRT agents that's coming out of my NRT budget, okay? All right, next item, crystal clear on this, business cards, May 1st, go to the Express Docs, order your business cards, enter the promo code, and we'll provide you with 250, your first set of 250 luxury cards. Good? Comments? Awesome. Was there a question? No? Okay, the other item that you'll see here is the brand new, and I only have enough for kind of a sampling on the centerpiece of your table there. But these are the new Leave Behind listing presentation books, okay? And these are also available at ExpressDoc. So when you go check out your business cards, check out the new books as well, all right? And these are perfect for leaving behind or as a pre-listing presentation that speaks about the global luxury program, our global presence, and our strengths. And it is gorgeous. It's very nicely put together. So take advantage of that, and you can order it again on ExpressDocs when you're checking out your business cards. Okay, next up, next slide. And with that, I think I covered everything. Chris McGatt, questions? Was there a question?
And I think.
Question?
Michael?
Michael? You can have 2 phone numbers on there, so whatever your preferred 2 direct lines are. Cell phone number and your office direct line.
You can, but you don't have to.
And you don't have to. You do not have to. Like here on the sample, it can be just 1 clean phone number, which could be your cell phone number.
That's
Make
a
sense?
national shift.
And if you're a team, you can put your team name on there, obviously, and then your team phone numbers, right? So if you want to share however you do that with your team phone numbers, okay? All righty. Faith, yes?
Yeah, I have a question on the new handout for the luxury market. Can we customize that with our information?
The question is, can these be personalized or customized? And the answer is no. They're already preset, and they can be ordered as is on ExpressDocs. So they cannot be personalized in this fashion, okay?
But Todd,
Yes.
there will
Very
be
nicely done.
there will be a customized version available, right? You can create your own presentations. Is that true, or not down the road? For properties.
For now, the answer that I am aware of is it cannot be personalized or customized. I believe there's going to be a PowerPoint version of this that you can personalize. The question is, can you personalize the listing presentation that you see here on your that I'm holding up? In the current answer, when you order it on ExpressDocs, is no, it cannot be personalized. That's what I have now. Michael. Yeah, so the question is, these brand new signs, can they be used only by the Global Luxury members? The answer is no, they can be marketed by anybody, but we are providing brand new signs for only our NRT Global Luxury agents as a part of your membership, okay? So it can be marketed, anybody can use it, and we encourage anybody to use it for luxury listings over 600,000 in the marketplace, and then 500,000 in Southern Colorado and Northern Colorado, okay? Any other questions going once? Yes? Oh, I don't know what the sign costs are. They're all going to be handled through Lowen. So Lowen Signs is the national provider. They will not be available locally. So I'm sorry, I don't know what the panel costs are, okay? Okay, so we're going to move along, and I'd like to introduce our president, Mr. Chris McGatt, and he's going to talk about the membership. So thanks, Chris.
Thank you, Todd. Here, I'll trade you.
Okay.
All right, thank you all for being here. I really appreciate it. President and janitor, as the case may be, right? We all know how this business really seems to work. Listen, a couple things I want to mention about the signs, about the business cards, about these amazing pre-listing packages that are available to you. This is obviously a massive investment that not only are we making, but also NRT is making across the country, and the brand is making across the country as well. And I do want to reiterate that yes, as a PMO member, if you're NRT, we're paying for your conversion costs. But at the same time, just making sure, Michael, we're really clear, you will see these signs pop up in the market with non-PMO agents if they have a listing over $600,000 or $500,000 in the outlying areas, because the property has to be able to manage its way through marketing on its own merits, obviously. So just be aware of that. Also, if you haven't been there yet, you probably haven't, the new website, CaldwellBankerLuxury.com. Check that out. It is absolutely outstanding. The profiles, the information, the presentation is absolutely first class. There is a lot going on. As you reflect over this, this piece that you are made available today, this sort of takeaway, go through there. There's a lot of great information and great resources in there for you as you're looking at your luxury business. Now, let me shift gears from what I would consider to be property marketing and focus more on membership. Because as many of you know in this room, in fact all of you know in this room, what we do locally here, the investment that we make locally in Colorado, is unlike any other market in the country. We invest a lot of our budget specifically in assisting each one of you in two different elements of your business. So I want to make sure that we're on the same page, that there's previews, there's Coldwell Banker Luxury, and that's a property-facing marketing campaign, but we still intend to invest in your business and your growth and your education through what we will now be calling Coldwell Banker Global Luxury Membership. They're different. Everyone in this room is a member of the club, if you will. So we can speak sort of freely, if you will, about what's going to be included in that, where the future investment is going to be from our perspective as well. So Todd, let's kind of scoot forward a little bit here and kind of dive into a few of these things. First of all, qualification. There will still be production requirements to be a part of Coldwell Banker Global Luxury in the future. It'll be changing a bit, but I want everyone to know if you are part of the club right now, you will be grandfathered into the new Global Luxury if you want to do it. No requirement, totally optional obviously, as it has been in the past. But the levels change. They're changing to, before it was a certain number of listings taken and sales in the prior 24 months. As you can see by the screen here, and screens all around the room, if you need one closer to you, look against the back wall. You'll notice now that it's simply, in the rolling 24 months, agent must participate in 4 global luxury quality homes. So 600,000 in the metro area, and 500,000 up north and down south. And if you're a team, that number goes to 8. You have to have 8 transactions participated in. So that could be a listing side, could be buy side. There's no longer a distinction. So I think we're pretty clear on that. That's the production requirement. Now, like before, the whole idea behind the membership is to focus on 2 different things. One of them is obviously on education and networking opportunities that are meaningful. But then also the second thing, the second big rock, if you will, is this idea of how can we help you do a better, more effective job when it comes to personal marketing in the luxury space. So as we buzz through a few of these, and by the way, Todd and his group have put together a great pamphlet, which I'm going to make sure everybody leaves with, that outlines in great detail everything that I'm going to talk about right now. So don't worry about taking copious notes about what you see on the screen. And also, you'll get a copy of this deck also as a PDF, so you can go through it at your leisure and see things in more detail. All right, so first of all, and this is a big step. This is not happening just here in Colorado, it's happening across the entire country. To be Global Luxury certified in the future, you must be a member of what is called the Institute for Luxury Home Marketing. And that is a separate designation that a number of people from all different walks of life, from all different real estate brands, are a part of. It creates the opportunity for some cross-pollination, if you will, when it comes to the luxury space. The programs are exceptional. The certification process is really something worthwhile. Let me give you an example. To become certified, it's $500. Now, people pay $500, they pay another $250 a year to stay certified through the Institute. If they didn't deliver serious value behind that, how many agents from all different walks of life would stay members? Not very many. Yet it is the fastest growing association inside of real estate, probably due to the demographic shifts that we're seeing happen. So, in the future, starting this year, your education, going through the 2.5-day class, as well as the annual recertification fee, will be paid for out of your membership dues. That's just become an added benefit now that we certainly didn't have before, and certainly a new budget line item on my budget. Now, we're going to bring in the Institute sometime in the next 3 or 4 or 5 months. We don't have a date yet set. They're scrambling right now across the country trying to get enough of these set up. So it's coming up sometime. Keep your eyes and ears open. We'll get it out to you as soon as we know. But it's imperative that you attend that class. If you can't catch that class, you must do it live. But they deliver this program is it like 24 or 30 different times a year throughout the country in great places like Miami, great places like Honolulu, cool spots like San Diego, some pretty cool venues. I tell you that because if you come to the one in Denver, we're going to pay your tuition. You got to cover, obviously, your own room at your house, or however you're going to get to the class, and your own meals and your own airfare into Denver, okay? If you want to go to the one in San Diego or Honolulu or Chicago or at Gen Blue in Las Vegas, you got to cover your own airfare, you got to cover your own meals and hotel, but we'll pay your tuition at any one of those locations as well. Is that fair? Sure. As long as it's NRT, and we're doing a bunch of these, so you'll have plenty of options. The idea behind that might be to use this as an opportunity to cast a wider net of your relationships for a referral business. So think long and hard about that as we move closer to it. That's part of the deal. Again, as we mentioned, we'll be paying for your annual renewal fees of $250 every single year as part of the membership fees. The next thing I want to make sure we mention is this idea of a global luxury expo. And this is really cool, and it came from many of you in this room and certainly our board of directors. Here's the idea. The retreat that we do up in Vail is excellent. It's great opportunity to get new information and be exposed to new ideas and great resources and network, but it's once a year. Wouldn't it be nice to have one of those happen every summer down in Denver, just one day long, where you can come in and really plug into some quality education and quality networking? So not starting this year, but starting next year, because this year we have to do what? The certification class, exactly. So starting next year, 2018, we'll begin these mid-year luxury expo event that will happen. The next thing we're going to be rolling into, and by the way, of course, Vail is not going away because it's an iconic event that, I got to say, we get calls from people all over the country every month about, is it going to happen this year? Can we come out? Can we be invited? So it really has legs, and it's a great opportunity. So no change on that. The dates have been set, as you can see, October 23rd and 24th. And then every quarter opposing that, so twice a year, in the fall, kind of ish, and then in the spring ish, we're going to have what was referred to before as the global, luxury sales clinics, where we're able to get information and ideas from folks that aren't, well, people that don't do what we do every day, but they deal with the same types of customers to get fresh and new ideas. So consider it being kind of a global luxury update, if you will, that'll happen twice a year. So you'll be admitted to that as well. And then, so that wraps up everything on the education and networking side of things. Now on the agent personal marketing, we're going to see some really interesting changes here, I think, that again is coming back as direct feedback from many of you in this room. First of all, we are deeply committed to providing that studio space at the television station with the right kind of lighting, with the right kind of sound equipment, with a makeup artist, with the digital cameras, I mean the whole deal, to make sure you've got great content, whether it be for a neighborhood, whether it be for your own business, whatever it might be, but that's worked out really well. It's obviously an expensive opportunity, and this is only open to our previews. Did I say previews? No, to our global luxury members. It'll take me a while. GLM, Global Luxury Members. I'll get there. Again, it's only open to you. No one else in the company has access to the studio, the makeup artist, and the post and pre-production work behind that. Again, I've mentioned the website. I encourage you to go there, CaldwellBankerLuxury.com. The way they are featuring agents is incredible. But here's the best part about it. Not only will we be paying Margaret Jackson, many of you know her from oh my gosh, Denver Post fame from years back. She will be involved in the rewriting of each one of your personal profiles as it goes on to this website, so they look great. Yeah, Sherry. This week, they're porting up all the information. My guess between you and me, knowing the magnitude of this with the thousands and thousands of agents and all the properties, I would say give it about a week and a half, 10 days before it kind of stabilizes. And then we'll start putting tickets in to make corrections, to make sure it looks good. For right now, I don't know, but we'll make sure the email that goes out, we'll direct you to where to go to make sure that gets updated. If the photo's wrong, we're porting all the old stuff over from Coldwell Banker, what was it? Previews.com. So if it was incorrect there, it's going to come across incorrect. I hear Kansas is lovely. That's a great point. So 2 things. What Sherry just did is brilliant, meaning she went on to look and see how she looks on the site. I would recommend you do that as well. And Todd, is there anywhere you want them to go specifically, or for right now, do you want them to go to you and you want to forward them on? Where do you want them to go? If they have an issue with the profile, it's wrong photo, wrong state, wrong city.
Just send me an email. Send me
Get
an
it to
email.
Todd.
Yep.
We'll put a ticket in with you, and we'll make sure it gets followed up until it gets completed.
Yep.
This whole ticket thing is really cool because what it enables us to do is we can track it until it's done right. And we know whose desk it's on to make sure it gets done. So don't be scared of the idea that we're putting in a quote-unquote ticket. That's a really good thing because we can get better results that way. Great question. Also on this website, and this is really cool because it's never happened before, and many of you in this room have asked for it. The back end of this website will allow you to be able to market your properties and communities to other previews agents around the world within the system. That is brand new. We heard it loud and clear for the last 5 years. We need to be able to do that as part of the value proposition, that connection. So it's finally happening as well as part of that website. So just be aware of that. Todd, next slide. Okay, big change, big difference. So follow me carefully through this, and we're going to send out a fact sheet so you have it as well. But here's the basic idea. As I look around this room, I see many of you at great nonprofit events all around the metro area at different times of the year. And one thing I recognize is if we are really sincere about stretching out and getting in front of luxury clientele, we need to be at these nonprofit gala-style programs. That is where the affluent people in a community usually are found. So you need to be seen there, and you need to see there at those events. So we thought, how can we make it easier for you to do that? So it's a big leap, it's a big step, but here's how it's going to work. We are going to be supporting anywhere from 12 to 18 nonprofit gala events this upcoming year. 12-month period, and 12-month cycle. We don't know what it's going to look like yet because you haven't told us where you're going right now. We want to start with events that you take great pride in, that mean something to you. And then we'll put groups together as we can. And here's how the detail's going to work. Think of it like this. It's a buy one, get one free program. What I mean by that is you buy a seat at a table, and let's say a table's $2,500. You're going to spend $250. We're going to give you another ticket for free at your table, which we're going to pay for from the nonprofit. And that way, you can bring friends, you can bring family members, you can whoever you want to bring to that event to be able to make it more meaningful for you. But it doesn't stop there. Then what we're going to do is we're going to make sure, if we have a table filled, and I'll talk about the outlying areas where you may not have a full table, there's a solution for that too. No one is left out in this idea. If you have a table, or at least one table, you might have 2 tables, maybe a table and a half, depends on the demand for the actual nonprofit, we're going to bring in a professional photographer. Someone like Rick or Lee will come in to the nonprofit for the first 2 hours. And their job is to make you look like rock stars, you and your guest and the folks at your table. They're going to take a table picture of you. They'll get some candid shots if you want that. They'll do the prom photo if you want with your guests. That's fine. They'll do the logo wall with you or the entire group. They're there for 2 hours. And then, by the time the event is over, the idea is you're going to get an email which has a link to those photographs. So if you're social media savvy, you can start posting those immediately. But most important, it activates the third part of the benefit package for the nonprofit. And that is our magazine exposure. So we're going to take everyone's photo that attends one of these nonprofit events. And we're going to make sure it resides in one of our 3 publications, 5280, 5280 Home, or CH&L, with your photograph in there, your name in there, so you can use it for other things and you can be seen again the next time by someone that hopefully will do business with you in the future. So it's a 3-pronged approach. But let me kind of shift gears. Let's say that I'm Alfie in Colorado Springs. And let's say I don't have 5, or because you need 5 people, right, to get a table. 5 plus the guests make it a 10-top table. What if I'm really passionate about a 5013C in my community, and I really want to go to one event, and I don't have a table or a group that wants to go? We'll do the same deal with you at any event, up to a $300 ticket. Okay, so a $3,000 table is the functional equivalent. So you could be Alpha, you can say, I want to go to this one event in Colorado Springs, or Camellia, or anybody up north. You could be Pam Collier up north, and you just want to go to one event. You can bring a guest with you. So again, it's same deal. It's buy one, get one free. You buy one, we buy the second one. We can't send a photographer unless we at least have a table. So that means the onus on the picture, on getting a photo, a selfie shot of whoever you're with, take the picture, get it to Todd in marketing, and we'll make sure it's included in the magazine. So that way you get really all the benefits out of it, even if it's just you in Boulder, Debbie, by yourself at one event that you want to do. We want to make sure this nonprofit event is available to everyone in the company that's a part of GLM. Because if you're not, bless you, if you're not able to use it, then it's not a real value. Now you may say to yourself or to me, yeah, but I don't go to nonprofit events. Go! If you want to expand your business, that's where you want to be. So pick one. And if you're worried about that, Todd did a little bit of research before the meeting today. I said, Todd, how many gala events are there in just the metro area a year? Any takers? 341. There are 341 gala-style events just in the metro area. So I assure you, whatever your passion is, you will find an opportunity to celebrate that passion and be strong in that. So this is a massive investment, as you can tell. By buying tables, by getting photographers out there, by putting ads in magazines, in the right kind of demographic magazines, it's a big investment. But we're really excited about it. So more to come on that. You'll get a fact sheet that has more details around it. But moving on, I wanted to also mention something that we're very excited about, and we're expanding our luxury relationship with Colorado Homes and Lifestyles magazine, because we really feel that that's the right demographic. And if I'm not mistaken, Shelby, are you in the house? Well, stand up, raise a hand. Stand up, smile, be seen. You all know Shelby, I assume. If you don't, you should know Shelby. So here's what we've done. As you know, we have negotiated a very, a really good price with the ads that we run in CHNL magazine. We're proud to be partners with them. We are further discounting that relationship for those of you in this room as members. So if you want to do some additional personal marketing to what I think is the right demographic, this is a great way to do it. And Shelby, just so I don't misspeak here, one of them is you can, obviously, when you buy a package, gold or platinum, you can request that it goes in CHNL instead of 5280. No problem, no additional cost. We just move the ad over, it runs there instead. You also have the ability to be able to run an additional property that hasn't sold yet or that's not in a package in there as well. No one else has that opportunity. Thirdly, you can brand yourself as an expert in Colorado living with a branded ad. And Shelby, yell out, like, what's the price for a quarter page if you're doing something, or a half page, or... So for $435, you can feature, and is that for a quarter page? How much is the 430 whatever? Third page ad. That's great, featuring you in Colorado. And then you can also brand yourself as a neighborhood expert. So you can have an ad in there, similar cost, where you become the Congress Park expert, the country club expert, whatever it might be, talking a bit about that community. So we're expanding that commitment because we think it's a great investment. Not only in our future business, but more importantly, the only way we can have future business is that you have good, solid future business as well. So that's the plan behind that. And then, of course, the Rockies tickets just won't go away. So, woohoo! Back to the Rockies. Many of you, actually, I joke about that, but as Kevin will attest, that is like a first come, first serve, goes away in a matter of minutes, but don't forget that's there. Again, it's first come, first serve for a pair. For a pair of and we have 50 games lined up. So a lot of opportunities to bring a client or a friend and celebrate the Rockies' success. And Shyla will be helping us coordinate that. So I see you all grabbing your phones and texting her right now. Hold on a second, hold on. She'll let you know when the go is there. All right, and then the last thing I want to mention as far as a benefit that goes for all of our members, again, this is available to you and no one else in the company, is our relationship with Colorado Business Committee for the Arts. We have tickets to every one of their events. So if you're looking to expand your business through the arts along the Front Range of Colorado, this is an exceptional way to do that. Todd, the tickets run anywhere from $38 to about $85 per ticket per event.
Correct.
It's first come, first serve. But I don't think we've ever said no to anyone yet who's wanted to attend one of these. So again, if you're looking to expand your horizon and expand your business, what a great way to do that in a really fun environment as well. Some questions. So what about the ATM, the farming program with Steve Pagano? So we're not stopping that, but I want you to know we are taking it out of the previews bundle. So, previews. It'll take me some time. I'm so sorry. GLM. It's out of the GLM membership. So if you are getting subsidies from the company for your mailers that are going out or for the calls that are being made, it will no longer be one of those things you go, hey, I get that because I'm a member. You're going to get that for now just because you're amazing. It's not part of membership, okay? It's not going away, but it's not part of the package. I want to make sure you're clear on that. Okay. And I think here's a quick sort of rundown, if you will, of the actual cost structure of the things that we're delivering this with the GLM package. As I mentioned earlier, we're going to give this to you on the back panel of this piece. It has all of this information, all of this pricing. It's all right there. You can see it. You can detail it out. There's no smoke and mirrors. It's just what it is. But we think what it is a great investment in our collective future. And we are committed to continuing the investment in luxury, continuing the investment in each one of you. We think it's a defining point of difference for our company. We think it's a defining point of difference for each one of you in this room. What do I want? My goal is simple. I want to avoid that question that comes up, which is, what do I get for that $200 a quarter? I want to make sure you know exactly what you get. Because when you say, what do I get for the $200 a quarter? I have Greg Macris, my boss, saying, what are we getting for that 50 grand a quarter that we're spending to fund this? So I want to make sure that I'm articulate in what we're delivering and that it's making a difference for each one of you. And I want to make sure when you go to bed at night, you feel comfortable and confident that you're getting value and it means something to be a part of the global luxury membership group. Okay. One last thing, super duper important. Trisha, you're back there, aren't you? Trisha, stand up and give a big wave. Trisha, in addition to her full-time job of taking care of the most amazing agents in Fort Collins, is helping us out as a previews consultant. It is an opportunity where she'll be able to spend a couple of half days a week doing a couple of really important things. First of all, she's going to help coordinate the photo shoot at Channel 2 Fox 31. So that's a person you'll go, thank you, Trisha, by the way, appreciate that. So she's the one you'll coordinate to get the session scheduled for your benefit. Also, I've asked her to go out into the offices. She'll do probably two a week, and she'll come down and do a lunch and learn, and she'll go over this information in more detail, just so you have clarity on what is included in this. If someone new wants to get into the program and they qualify, then she will meet with them just to go over what is included in the program. So it's a great resource. We're thrilled to have you available to do this, Trisha, so thank you very, very much. But I want to make sure you know who that is. So on the back of this, again, no need to write anything down. On the back is Trisha's name, her email address, and her phone number. Now remember, her full-time job is taking care of agents in Fort Collins, so she will not be able to drop on a dime. Her role is not to be someone for an emergency. Her role is to make sure that if you got a question about how does this nonprofit thing work, how do I get signed up, I like this idea about the education, yeah, I want to get certified, I want to be a part of this class. Those are great questions for Trisha because she'll know all the answers. All right, so with that said, the phone is rung, which means it's time for dessert, dancing, and questions. Thank you. Thank you, guys. Thank you. Okay, questions, yes. Okay, does it start today is a question from Elena. Yes, it starts today. So you can take this with you today if you grab one of those from your table and you can give this to a customer. Everything in here is real. Now the signs are going to take some time to be delivered because you're going to turn your form in today. It's going to take us how long, Todd, to deliver those?
I don't even know. I don't know. I mean, the whole world's doing this.
By
so
Christmas.
I don't even know.
Signs by Christmas. Can we say by Christmas?
Yeah.
Here's the deal. The whole nation is transitioning this week. So don't expect signs on Tuesday. But I will tell you, they started making tens of thousands of signs a month ago in the middle of America. So the signs should not take, they're anticipating this, in other words. So we'll get you exact delivery dates soon, but you won't have a sign today, and you won't have business cards today. Cards will come pretty fast for you. Yes, Gail.
I called California yesterday for the global luxury marketing plan, and it arrived today.
Great. So Gail called yesterday, California, for the global luxury marketing plan for her clients for a real listing, and she got it today. That's a great turnaround. Thank you. That's excellent. Yeah, the nation is ramped up for this. This is not like a last minute thought. It isn't just happening in Colorado. It's across the world. Other questions? Yes, Joni. Shh. I can't hear Joni. Yes, so the question was about the gold envelopes, which are like the killer listing tool. Those are part of gold and platinum. And they will still continue to go out with gold and platinum. But they're not designed, nor are they exclusive to previews. They're part of a marketing program. Great question. So you want a sample kit? Like a sample listing rewards kit?
Does that? Yeah. Troy will do it.
Troy will do that for you.
Yeah. Color Protective still does the sample kit or sample packet for listing rewards. Correct.
And they are now. When does the branding change? Like if I buy a gold this afternoon,
Yeah.
and the house is over 600,000, when will it drop in the global luxury logo versus the previews logo?
Right. That'll start today. I will make sure that they have the branding. However, there's going to be all new refacing, new rebranding, the new look across all, marketing platforms with brochures and the direct mail pieces. That will take some time to catch up, but the Global Luxury logo will start today.
So if you deal with Corfact, Express Docs, Troy, those are all people that are keenly involved and aware of these changes happening. So the actual logo changing should happen almost instantaneously. And they've been aware of this for the last 3 or 4 weeks. There should be no surprise. Will 1 or 2 slip through by mistake? Probably. If it happens, we'll reprint for free. We're doing this the right way. We want to give you the right tools to do your business. Ben.
Is Coolmaker doing a national marketing campaign to roll out global luxury and so?
Yeah, apparently, quote unquote, a massive international marketing campaign. So I called the marketing director, Dan Barnett, on 2 days ago, on the 11th. I said, I'm waiting for all the news, Fox, and CNN, and everyone to have a moment of silence for previews, and then give the announcement that the new global luxury is out and alive and well. And he giggled, of course. So I'm like, what does it mean that you're going to do a international launch? But apparently, if you start going in and do searches, we have a lot of pop-ups that are coming up. We have a lot of, there's a lot of stuff that's going on. I just can't speak to it because I don't really know what it is.
Bruce, a great video.
Say they are.
A great video went out on Facebook yesterday, so if you go to Coldwell Banker Global Luxury on your Facebook page, you can share that across your social media platforms.
That's a great idea. Share away. Yes, Lori.
Are all the logos online if we need the artwork?
Yeah, everything's in the Exchange. So go to the NRT Gateway, click on the CB Exchange button on the gateway, type in luxury, or I think even at the top it has the luxury mention, and everything's in there.
So all the logos are available at CB Exchange through the gateway. Yes. Kathy. Okay, great question. So when those signs come in that we're going to be ordering today for you, let's say they come in next Thursday or 2 Thursdays from now, when those come in, we'll be contracting with our sign change-out companies to go out and change them out. So that brings up a great point. Folks, listen carefully. Because you want to be in the lead of the communication with your client. Because my fear is this. If all of a sudden your client drives home one day and there's a new black sign in the yard, which may look great, it will look very different to them. And they may freak out that someone else has taken their home over and marketing their home. So please be proactive. Once Todd gives you the dates of when to expect the signs, make sure you're talking to your clients so you don't surprise them, because that is not a good surprise when the sign tells them there was a change and not you. Yes, Josette.
So on the form, right, on the sign form, so make sure everybody holds up their sign form.
Yep.
Right? Make sure everybody's got your sign form. Make sure you complete that before you leave here. That's how you will get your signs. On that, it states, do you want it to go to the installation company or do you want the signs to be delivered to your office? The installation, if you check the box, sign installer, it will go to Front Range and we'll make sure they're all delivered to Front Range. No, well, don't worry about the Front Range address. I just need to know, is it going there or is it going to your office or where do you want your signs to be delivered? Okay? Good?
Yes, Dawn.
I'm sorry to be so anal, but is it okay if we have a couple of them go to the sign installer and one go to the office?
You got to pick your passion.
Yep.
Only because there's so many coming in, we don't want to get them lost. So what we've been told now is they all have to go somewhere. Send them all to your sign installer, and then just swing by and grab. Some of you need them, is my suggestion, or vice versa. Sorry.
Just one added point. If it's going to the sign installer, just write on there, on that sheet, please, where that sign installer is or who it is. Because I'm being told that there's a variety of them that you use. So just indicate on that who's your sign installer, and we'll make sure it gets to the correct one.
Great job. Joanne. Joanne, and then Susie.
Our website got messed up. We had quite a
Okay, website got messed up.
Yeah, and so now we've got a new one in the works, but it's not working yet, so,
Who's making this up? Who's doing your website for you?
well, you are.
Oh, we are. Oh, it's pro. Okay. All right.
Well, it's a long story.
Okay.
We got all of our emails deleted, so now we have a new domain name, and we've got it directed. We've been working on it, but we still don't have it active.
Okay.
So, that's my question. So on our sign, if we have to have this in today, our website isn't active, so.
But you do have the new domain that you're going to be using?
That's a direct problem. We want to direct that domain to another website.
Okay.
We're working on it.
Okay. So what I would do is I would see Todd individually, right when we're done, and make sure we have that covered. Okay.
Let me just add, and that's a good point. On that form, make sure you tell us which website address that you want in your global luxury panel, right? Because otherwise it's just going to default to the global coldwellbankerluxury.com on your panel. So to this point here, whichever the URL is, whatever the domain is that you've purchased that you know you're going to be marketing to forever, just make sure you indicate that, because then it will always redirect to the new site, or any site for that matter. So make sure you tell us what your website address is, and we'll make sure it's imprinted on your panel. Okay. And the other thing is, obviously you're going to get proofs, right? You're going to get a proof of your sign panel. So when you do get that proof, double, triple, quadruple check phone numbers and everything else, because you don't want it to arrive with the wrong information.
When they're done, they're done. Also, to save anyone any unnecessary embarrassment, no dogs on the signs, no pictures. That's the sign. You want to change the font a little bit, put a red band around the outside. We have no control. This is probably one of the best things Coldwell Banker has done, in my opinion, is we're creating a uniform presence in the market. Not just here, but in Chicago, in Des Moines, in Miami, everywhere. It's great. Susie.
Is there a percentage of the number of signs that we're going to get? Because you asked for 24 months. So if you took 8, are you going to get 8? Or are you going to get a percentage of that? Because I don't need 8.
So we're going to give you a pretty close number to what you give us. Now, we're on the honor system. If somebody who's like brand new in the business says it was 26, we're going to look and see. Okay? So we got to be like obvious.
Okay.
So 8 seems very reasonable to me, Susie. Now, you may say, I had 8, but I just want 4. Just tell us you want 4, and we'll get you 4. If you had 8 and you want 29, you can tell us, but we probably won't get you
I'm gonna
29.
cross that out.
Okay, Francie. Okay. Other questions? Bless you. Other questions? All right, bless you again. Yes, Kathy. Say again. Yes. Yes. Yeah, I'm going to say yes whenever I can when it comes to global luxury, because this is an important book of business for all of us. And we need to be supporting each other to grow this important book of business. It is the fastest growing market segment in the Front Range of Colorado. And many of us, myself included, have been asleep at the wheel. And we have got to re-energize, refocus, use our resources, be seen in the community as luxury leaders to get the results we all deserve. Okay, any other questions? Going once? Yes.
Chris, has Front Range given any consideration to changing the material on our signs?
Question was, has Front Range given some thought to changing the material of the yard signs? I don't know. Not that I'm aware of. I'm not aware of that.
Because the sign bases are so pretty and so and I've noticed spoken with them about this because the wood kind of looks a little rough.
Could use a paint job. Okay, we'll give them some feedback. Sometimes they like that, sometimes they don't, but usually they do. So we'll give that feedback, but I'm not aware of that. Make sure Miss Kimberly gets your forms as she's walking around before you leave today, if you can. If you have an individual question, come to Todd on that. Yes, Janie.
So can we divvy up our signs, like I have 12 and then I don't need 12 signs, can I put some of that into new directional signs?
Oh.
I don't believe so.
So they have not given us an allocation for directionals yet.
But can we use some of it, like I don't want 12 now.
Right.
So can I get 6?
So when you have an individual thought or need, come to Todd separately, because we don't want to spend money on something you don't need and want, right? When you need something else, so I'm going to try and find a yes in there somewhere, but it may require us to get back and kind of get the pencil out and figure it out. Susie.
Like the coming soon or
Those riders and various things like that.
they're all in blue right now.
Yeah. They need to be black. Everything that goes on this sign has got to look like that. They're really particular. There has never been a Caldwell Banker sign police before. They've hired someone. The time has come. Yes, Joanne.
What about our warranty riders?
Warranty riders will be coming in the new black look, so those will look sharp. The CB Mobile will be black. They'll look sharp. They'll work really well. Yeah. Okay, listen, thank you all for your time. I know it is your most valuable asset. I'm proud to be a partner with you in this. We're going to kick some ass. We're excited about the future. That's real global luxury, isn't it? Probably not so good. All right, thank you all.